Well, hello, and this is Doc Frost coming to you from the command bunker in Newmarket, New Hampshire. And I just wanted to say welcome back, everybody. So, we're going to go over a few things today as far as it pertains to Module 3. Can't believe we are already at Module 3. So, one of the things I want to let you know is that I have already given feedback on all the 2.2 assignments that have been furnished. And one of the things I want to remind some of you is that writing is a gift, and it's a gift that I have struggled with over the years, and even with all my degrees and all of my writing, I still struggle with it. So some of you are as well. And one of the things that I have done is I have reached out to various students inside the class where writing seems to be their forte, their gift. And I have gained permission from some of them to send along some examples of work that you can compare with yours and to maybe reconstruct, redevelop, and then resubmit before I assign a grade to that particular work. I don't do, when I offer this to you, it's for your benefit because I don't think that necessarily people just want to limp by with D's and C's, or God forbid, even worse, to get through a class. So that's why I have already sent along examples to a couple of students that I would like to take some time to reflect, redraft, resubmit for an awesome grade. So that's one of the things that's heading out there now. The discussion groups, which is a little strange because, this is only my second and third online class that I have done at SHNU. And in my previous class that I taught a couple of semesters ago, all of the discussion group questions were due Thursday night at midnight, which gave me all day Friday and Saturday to get those, to get my feedback in those, to get those things graded and to get sent back to you before I end up getting the assignments in. But that doesn't seem to be the case in either of my classes this semester. So what does that mean? That means that now I'm at the mercy of Monday morning, and all of a sudden now I have these huge dumps. It's almost like mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania. I have this huge dump of stuff. So that's why I continuously go in, and when I see that in the discussion groups that you have done your posting and you have engaged two of your peers in peer review, I automatically go in and grade. So I will be doing that because, again, and any of you that can get that done earlier, again, so like this week as an example, any of you that can, and well, actually, there's not one due this week, but the next time that there is one due, if you can get it in earlier on, I will get you your grade earlier on. So that's that. Let's see. Oh, the other thing is I purposely set up a structure where I reply to each and every student in the discussion forum in week one. At the end of that, they want us to do 40 to whatever percent of response to students in the discussion group. I blow way beyond that, usually to a factor of at least 2. But I will not be able to get to everybody. It's just way too time prohibitive. But I will grade everybody accordingly. So I read everything. I just won't be able to post a individual response for me. And as you have seen, most of my responses tend to be pretty much at least the same length of your discussion response or more. So take the time. That's where, again, from a grading perspective, that's where the nub of your feedback is going to come from, is what I write in these discussion boards. So we have that. So we have 2.2 done. We're starting off with week 3. So this week we're going to be talking about understanding the philosophies of law enforcement and how they've changed. And they have changed. I mean, again, like I said, I'm a living, breathing example of a relic. A month away, or a month and a half away from starting my 40th year in law enforcement, both in policing and corrections. So I have seen an awful lot of change over the past 40 years, as you can imagine, and that's one of the things that we're talking about today is what are some of those structural and organizational changes. So if you look at really the deliverable this week, it's the short paper, the hiring process. And it says, careers in criminal justice system are not limited to just police officers. There are multiple avenues for a career in the criminal justice system. You must complete your short paper as a Word document. To complete the assignment, please refer to the Module 3 Short Paper Guidelines and Rubric. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. One of my recommendations is that you literally print out the rubric for each and every assignment, and you have that really just right next to you. Wherever your workspace is, you have it right next to you. Because as an example, with 2.2, in the first section, last line, what it asked for was for you to give an example of a search that could, cross over between policing, probation, and or corrections. I got a feeling, from the lack of substantial completion of that particular section, a lot of you didn't see that, or a lot of you didn't really read that. And if you did, you just forgot about it. And that could make the difference between needs improvement or is really good. So you need to have those things with you while you're doing this assignment. That's what I recommend. I mean, really, that's what I recommend. I use it when I grade your work. So I have it right here. I print them out and I have them available to me so I can look at each and every specific category to make sure that you get the proper credit. So please take the time to look at those things. They will be important, particularly when we get down to grades. So there isn't a lot, if you look at the other parts of the assignments this week, we have some of the overviews of, just want to get to it right here. So when you look at the learning objectives, reading, chapter 6, when you look at the website, it covers all of these different probation officers, corrections officers, police and detectives, correctional careers, probation officers. These are all various websites to be able to give you some idea of what those job functions are. It's obvious to me, at least from reading your papers thus far in the 2.2, that a lot of you are considering a career in the courts, that you want to work within the court system. Great, that's awesome. But there's a lot of jobs inside of the court system. Everything from probation, well, actually, probation and parole falls under the rubric of corrections. But again, one of the things that you can do is you can attach your interest to victim witness advocacy. You can law. I mean, there's all sorts of things that you can do through the courts. So look at all of these things. Again, take into account everything that's listed there, everything that's available for you in Module 3 this week. And the one thing I want to just continue to emphasize is that if you have any questions, and I mean any questions, I don't care how slight or how grand, call me, text me, email me, reach out. I can tell you that I think that my email record so far has been pretty darn good. I think that I've been getting back to everybody within a matter of minutes, if not hours, if they send me an email. So feel free to do that. For those people that are, I still have some outstanding assignments, and one of the things I'm going to recommend, don't fall behind. Because I can imagine that most of you aren't taking just one class. You're probably taking multiple classes. And if you're going to fall behind in one class, you might be falling behind in another class. So try not to fall behind. And I've already received one email of a student who said they might be falling behind for some unforeseen reasons. But let me know if there's an issue. And if there's an issue, we'll talk about it, we'll correct it, and we'll get past it. So other than that, I think that is pretty much it. I mean, it seems like a lot this week, but it really isn't. It's still just focusing on, and that's one of the main objectives of this class, is to talk about what are you thinking about your career? What are you thinking about your future? I know that some of you want to be police officers. Some of you want to be probation officers. We can talk about that. And let me know if I can help you in any way. So again, Doc Frost, week 3, here we are. Before you know it, we're going to be halfway through. Can't believe it. I mean, we're already coming up on Thanksgiving, and then it's going to be Christmas. And I can tell you, I'm not exactly looking forward to a COVID Christmas and a COVID Thanksgiving, but we are where we are. So if I can help you in any way, and I do mean any way, feel free, reach out. I am here because I work for you. And continue to check in with Dr. C's Corner. Like I said, I've known Dr. C for a long time, 30 odd years. Great guy, has a lot of valuable insight. So continue to take advantage of watching Dr. C's Corner. He's a good guy. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.